Old man suffers heart attack on cross-country flight. The flight attendant saw this and rushed to ask if there was a doctor among the passengers. The man hesitated for a moment and slowly raised his hand. Then he started to diagnose the patient. He said, "It's okay. It's okay. He's still breathing. Just get medical attention after getting off the plane." After saying that, he returned to his seat with a calm face. But in fact, he was in a panic because he was not a doctor at all. He was a student who was heavily in debt and failed to get into medical school after 6 years of hard work. Originally, he went abroad to escape from his debts. But when he heard the flight attendant say he was looking for a doctor, the man was driven by vanity. He couldn't help but raise his hand. Just then, the sick old man suddenly fainted. The wife saw this and handed the man a diagnosis: ischemic heart disease. This needs to be operated on urgently. But he didn't even get into medical school, let alone surgery. But on second thought, if he clarified that he was not a doctor, he would be scolded by the whole plane. So the man had a bright idea. He said, "I can't do this kind of large-scale surgery alone. I must have an anesthesiologist and a nurse." I thought I could get away with it. When the flight attendant asked if there was an anesthesiologist and a nurse, a man and a girl came forward immediately. Oh my god, there was one. But when the man pretended to ask them about their experience, but they were stumped and embarrassed. It turns out that the man is not an anesthesiologist at all. It's just that his name is pronounced similarly to anesthesiologist, and the girl is not a real nurse, but she often goes to nightclubs to cosplay as a nurse. When she heard someone call the nurse, she stood up reflexively and habitually, looking at the expectant eyes of the other passengers. The three of them were really embarrassed. They were praying silently, hoping that the other party was a professional. I didn't expect that they were all fake, but after all, the surgery was a life-threatening event. After a fierce thought struggle, the man suddenly raised his head.